Okay, guys, we're at the top of the hour. Is it okay to get started? Prathi just told me that I'm going to kick off, apparently.
Oh, that's what we discussed.
Okay, that's what we discussed. We actually talked a couple weeks on the phone, and we did have a set path that we're going to go through. And yes, I distinctly remember that really, really well. So my name is Charles Sterling. I actually have been on the Power BI team for the last 2.5 years. I run the community site ideas.microsoft or ideas.powerbi.com. The MVP program and other things.
Yeah, many
user
things.
groups. User groups.
Yeah,
Actually,
user groups.
I help manage user groups.
And also being awesome.
I'm sorry?
And being awesome.
And being awesome. I don't know about that one. Also run the blog. So if you've ever read any of Amanda's amazing blog articles, I actually have been running that blog. Just recently moved over to the PowerApps team. So hopefully this is actually a good fit for me. Woohoo! We have for Chuck on the PowerApps team. So there's Daniel, happy about that. He's one of our first trifecta MVPs. He's actually been awarded in Flow, PowerApps, and Power BI.
Nice.
Yeah, so Daniel Christian right there, guys. And again, what the topic here is, each of these technologies have got great strengths, but they also don't address certain areas. That wasn't the intent. Like Power BI does great data visualizations, but if you want to collect data or actually write back data, it turns out there are other tools like the ones we're talking about. And that's what this topic is about, is actually give you a primer in different techniques for doing that. And me and Prathi have both got a couple different samples that we're going to show you. And what we're going to do is actually break it back into, I've been using the frame turducken, and that doesn't work in Europe. Don't use a turducken analogy in Europe. Do you know what a turducken is?
No.
Okay, so yeah,
I'm not from here.
Yeah, okay. So
I'm from UK, you know? All the old Brexit thingy and everything.
Yeah. So turducken is where you go out and you put like a chicken inside of a turkey and inside of a, okay, there we go. And so Prathi is going to go out and show you how to put a Power App inside of your Power BI to go out and enable write back and write through, right? Collect data. And I'm going to reverse the turducken. And I'm going to show you how to put Power BI inside of your Power App and make it live and interactive and do interesting things that are difficult to do outside of Power BI embedding. So if you've been thinking that you had to do Power BI embedding to solve some of your problems, maybe I'm going to show you ways of making that happen. And we're also splitting it a little bit into, Prathi's going to show you technology that's available today. She's going to give you some primers, and I'm going to give you a glimpse into what we're working on in the near future across all three of those teams. So Prathi, is that okay to hand it to you at that point?
Yeah, sure. Thank you. Well, hello everyone. Well, we don't have an intro slide, but I just talk about myself. I don't mind that. So I'm Prathi Kamasani. I'm a Power BI consultant. I come from London. And yeah, I mostly work with Power BI, but nowadays I'm doing like entire Power Platform, so that's where this session comes from. So what we're doing today, as Chuck just mentioned, but we have like a little agenda here. So obviously this is an intro to PowerApps and also integration with the Power BI. So just to get an understanding, how many of you are using PowerApps at the moment? Okay. And the rest of the people, I feel like you will be interested in an intro version of it. Yeah, cool. Okay, so we're going to look at what is PowerApps, the introduction to PowerApps, and we will look at how to create a basic app, like very simple one on the floor, and then we will look at how to create a somewhat advanced app, not very much advanced, and then we will look at how to integrate Power BI and PowerApps in both ways. And also we will be focusing on how we can actually use this tool as a write back to your database. So that's the agenda for tonight, well today, not tonight. So just to talk about PowerApps, and Chuck, please feel free to jump in whenever you want to, because obviously he comes from the team and I'm more like from the user perspective. So when it comes to PowerApps, it's basically, as the name says, it's apps. It's under the Office 365 ecosystem. So why PowerApps is amazing from my point of view is because a few things. One is obviously price always matters, and to start with, it's license. Because in most of the organizations nowadays, everyone is using Office 365, most of them. And PowerApps is comes with many of Office 365 subscriptions. And if you have Office 365, now today you can go and play with PowerApps. That's to start with. And the next thing about PowerApps is it has like Excel-like formulas. When you go and start creating something in PowerApps, and most of the users who comes from Excel backgrounds, the analysts, this PowerApps enables you like have that friendly feeling. Like, you know, you go there and you see the ribbon looks very similar to the Office like Excel, and when you're actually doing some code inside it, most of the functions that you use very similar to Excel. So you have that kind of a very much friendliness, so it doesn't scare you to start with. And then the cross-platform. It's like you can use PowerApps as obviously it's an app, but it works amazingly well in like, you know, on mobile, desktop, and web. So I always say this, thanks to Steve Jobs, but nowadays everyone, all your business users, most of the time, they want to collect data on spot. What I'm saying is like most of the time users want to go somewhere, they collect the data and use mobiles most of the times, just enter the data and collect that one, and later visualize that data, how it's doing. And PowerApps is amazing platform to do that one. It's because like you can create applications really quickly, which can work on the mobile, web, and also on the desktop. And the last but not least, in my perspective, is the extensive data connections. And this doesn't only applies to PowerApps, it applies to Power BI, Microsoft Flow, and everywhere. It's like so many data connections. So you can pull data, you can write back data to many various data connections. So that's, again, another major benefit of using the PowerApps. So in the quick way, if you want to say, it's a platform which enables you to create apps really quickly. The apps which used to take like ages, like, you know, few months and weeks, but now by using PowerApps, you can create apps like in a day, like in few hours, and we'll see how that happens. So to see that, there are a few things that we need to understand. So at the moment, when you go to PowerApps.com, I will show you the look and feel and things in a bit, but there are two ways you can create PowerApps. So one is Canvas app and the ModelDriven app. Well, initially, when the PowerApps started well ahead, in the past, there was only one app, which was Canvas. Actually, there was no app. There was no Canvas or ModelDriven. It's always been called only app. And then Microsoft launched Canvas apps, and now we also have ModelDriven apps. So the only difference between the Canvas app and ModelDriven app is, well, not only, the first basic difference between both of them is when you're working with Canvas apps, you start with data. And when you're working with ModelDriven app, you start with model. So if you're somebody who wants to create an app and you don't have the data model already ready, then you use the Canvas app. ModelDriven app is somebody already created a model for you, and you use that model to create it. So in the ModelDriven app, the relationships are already created. For example, CRM and things like that. So you just go, and all your data and the relationships are there, and they know how to talk to each other. But when you're looking at the Canvas app, you actually pull data. Well, when you either pull data or you connect data by using the app designer, and you create the relationships, you create the interactivity. The app doesn't know automatically, like, you know, if you have customer and the product, you need to relate them within the app to make it understanding. So that's one difference between the Canvas apps and the ModelDriven app. And the other major difference between both of them is the license. Canvas app is, in a way, it's free with your Office 365, most of your Office 365 subscription. And when it comes to the ModelDriven app, you need P2 or P3 licenses to develop it. I'm not going to talk about licensing much because, again, that's a whole different topic, but I'm sure Chet will be very happy to answer all your licensing questions later. So this is a demo-focused session. So I'm quickly going to go through the boring stuff, which are slides, and then we will dwell into the demos. So creating, and again, I'm not talking about ModelDriven app because it's very model-based, but what we're going to look at today is the Canvas apps. So creating Canvas apps. So there are various ways to create an app, a Canvas app in the Power BI. But by considering the time and everything, we're not going to focus on all different ways, but we're going to focus on how to create an app from a SharePoint list, how to create from a template, and how to create from a blank. Having said that, the other ways, we kind of going to touch them, but while we're looking at the demos, we will see how it can create from Power BI report and things like that. We are not going to focus much on it, but that's what it's going to be. And before I jump on demo, I'm going to look at a data set, a sample data set based on Oscar's movie database, and we will see how we can create a app by using that data set. So on that note, I'm going to jump into demos. So to start with, for the people who are not familiar with PowerApps, is you can go to PowerApps by just going to PowerApps.com. Well, .Microsoft, and usually it's always gets signed in. And to sign in, you use your AD account, your Office 365 account to log in. And once you log in there, as you can see, it's very familiar and quite self-explanatory. Oh, wow, okay. Oh, very sorry, thank you. I couldn't realize that. Okay, there you go, we're back here. So you go to PowerApps.com, and you log in there, and this is how it looks. The first screen you see is very user-specific screen. What it means is it won't be exactly same for everyone. So based on your activity, your stuff, that's how the screen is going to look like. And when you go to apps, so this is where you see all your apps, and the apps, recent apps shared with you, and the apps you can edit. So to start with, we're going to go to a SharePoint page. So again, SharePoint is part of Office 365. So for now, what I have here is I created a Embass 2019 SharePoint page. And then what I want to do is I want to create a list. So I click on the list. Let's give you a name and create. And I have data set here, so which is this one. So I'm going to add columns. So I'm going to add one column called single line text and give a name. Oops. And then IMDb rating. Again, single line of text. Then I have poster. So for this one, my poster is an image URL. So I'm going to change this one into a picture and change this to poster. Then add another column saying Oscars. Again, single line of text. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to list settings, change title to non-mandatory, then I go back, go to my view, then uncheck this one, click OK. Why I did that one is now I can just go here, copy my data, quick edit, and paste this. So there you go. Now what I created now is I created a list, a SharePoint list by using the data. Because we used an image, the SharePoint is clever enough to understand it's an image URL, and that's why it displayed it as an image for us. There is one thing we need to remember is that this is a modern SharePoint list, modern SharePoint page. So that's why when I create the list, this is how it creates. So one thing you notice when you are here is when you create a list in the modern SharePoint, you see this PowerApps option here. So if you click on that PowerApps option, there are two options available. One is create an app and customize forms. So if you click on, let's look at the customize forms first, and then we will look into the creating app. So when I click on the customize apps, customize form, it takes me to PowerApps Design Studio or Data Studio. I think it's called Design Studio. Well, whenever it opens up, what it's doing now, when I clicked on the Customize app, it's opening PowerApps for me. And it's pulling my SharePoint data into the PowerApps. And it's loading based on the internet connection and everything. Please don't watch videos and things. Focus on the session so that I will get better internet connection. Well, there you go. Somebody listened to me. So what it just did is there are a few things that we want to notice in here. But before we actually look at everything, let's try to understand what we have here. So when I clicked on Create Customize Forms, it already pulled all the data into PowerApps Studio. It added all the columns. It basically created an app for me. And on the left side, what we have is we have Tree View. Under Tree View, you have various screens. So to start with this one, we have one screen. And on the right side, we have Fields and also Edit Pane. So if you click on one thing, you can see the properties of that one. And you can see there are rules and advanced and all those things. And when you click on this one, we have the cards, as you can see here, where the data is coming from, what kind of data type it is, and the other information about it. And on the top, we have a pane, which is, again, very similar to Excel look. I mean, and quite self-explanatory. You can just go there and understand what is what. Oops, sorry. And the other one important thing that to notice here is, if you look here, what we have here is it has SharePoint integration. So the app you're creating, this one, it is actually in SharePoint. It is not in PowerApps. So I will show that in a bit. So, okay, let's try to, because it's automatically created everything for us, it has every single field we have in the SharePoint. So when you create SharePoint list, what happens is it has a lot of metadata, but we don't actually need all that metadata. So let's remove attachments, and let's remove title, because we don't need those two. And this is what we have now. So now if I just save this one, and go back here and click back to SharePoint, publish. So now, if I want to edit an item here, for example, if I want to edit this one, it opens that custom form next to my list. So this is a very extremely basic way of creating an app. I have genuinely no idea why someone would do this one, because anyway they can go to the SharePoint list and they can just edit there. But it kind of gives that kind of sleek look instead of instead of having this one. But the one basic thing that we need to remember when you do this one is this app is in the SharePoint. It's not in the PowerApps. And you cannot go to PowerApps to get into this list. So yeah, so that's one way of doing it. Let's look at the other way that we saw, which is create an app. So when I click on Create an App, it asks me for a name. So Embass Example. And now what it's doing, it's again doing the same thing. It's again opening the PowerApps Studio for me. But this time, when we create this app, this is not saved in SharePoint. It is actually shared in the PowerApps Studio, which means you can access this app by going to PowerApps Studio. You don't have to go to SharePoint to access this one. Again, it's pulling the data into the SharePoint list. And once it's available, everything looks exactly same like you did before, apart from it's going to be in the PowerApps Studio. But there are a few more things that you notice here. Is the first thing, it doesn't say SharePoint integration anymore. It says app, and you have various screens here. So if we just go and play this one, we have items, and you can click edit. You can go back and change it, and go back and refresh, sort. You can add new item here. So for example, if I add a Prati, and yeah, and just save. So I should see mine there. There you go, Prati. Obviously, I don't have the poster and everything. But what it is if you are somebody who is starting with PowerApps, as like if you're a beginner, this is a great way to learn PowerApps, is because it already created app for you. What it did is it actually created various screens for you. So when you click on this one, what it's doing is it's going and doing an action to go to a different screen. So this is a great way if you are learning PowerApps. But there are a few things to notice here, is if we actually go File and App Settings, if you go here, you have orientation where you have landscape and portrait, and there are a few other options available. We will come back to this advanced settings in a bit, but this is something, just keep a notice it there. And the app and everything is already created there. So what happens here is, when you click on this and go to advanced, and you can see what's happening behind the screen. So this is, as I said, this is one way of creating an app. So let's look at other ways of creating an app. So we looked at a SharePoint list at the moment, and we looked at 2 ways of creating by using the SharePoint data. So now let's actually look at if you want to do some more with the PowerApps. So the other way we do is go on Create an App, click on Canvas. Again, internet is not great. But what we have here is we have blank app and app templates. Again, if you are somebody who is starting with PowerApps, and if you want to learn PowerApps, this is how I did. Well, like I didn't go for a training or something. Basically, what I did is I went here, I went for a table layout, tablet layout, and there are so many templates already available on the service that we could use. So there are some of my favorite ones. For example, leave request, and use that one. Again, loading. So what this is this is a template which is already available. When you're doing it the very first time, what it will ask you is like you want to connect to your Office 365 datasets or Azure datasets, and then what it does is it's an app created for you. So let's basically just go on Play and log in as an employee, and this is like a proper app which is already created there. This is not pulling all the information, but anyway, let's play with it. And as you can see, there are various actions already available there. So your user can go and click on something, it opens up a different thing. So what templates enables you to do is, by going to templates, you can see what's happening behind the screens. So for example, here, if I go to a different screen, this is what I clicked. So I can go there and go to advanced and see what's going on behind the screen. So when I go to advanced, I can see they are setting some actions, like they're setting parameters and navigating from one screen to the other screen. So this is again a great way to learn to start with PowerApps if you are new to it. And there are not only that, there are many templates available. Let's see. For some reason, all my templates are not coming up. But anyway, there are many templates available that you can go and play with, and it's a good way to start with. So obviously, we don't want to just use the templates. We want to actually create an app from the scratch. So that is when we work with the blank app. So here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to create an app from like a blank canvas. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to click on Create an App and choose Canvas. And then go to tablet layout here. And that's opening up the PowerApps Studio for me. Just to look at a few things again. What I have here is I have blank canvas here, and again, I don't have any integration with anything, which means I need to pull data into my PowerApps. So what I'm going to do is view data sources, add data source, SharePoint, So because I already connected to my SharePoint, usually it just brings up all the recent sites which I already have there. So it's loading internet. Okay, that's not looking great. Let me just show you from something I already have. Let me see if that pulled it. Okay, so this is a SharePoint SharePoint list we just created. So I'm just going to choose that one, and I can basically add stuff like, you know, I can choose the list I want to, and then I can connect to that one, and that brings back my data source. So now what I'm going to do here is I go to insert, and there are various items that you can insert onto the PowerApps canvas. That is where to put the data in. So for this, what we're going to use a gallery, and I'm going to put a vertical gallery item. And by default, it already chose like things. But I'm going to change the fields. First of all, change the data source to my SharePoint list, and then change the fields. So because what we have here is we have image, subtitle, and the title. So it automatically chose like, you know, image item and the subtitle from me. So if we go here and go to play option, now what we have here is it's showing all the items from my list. But what we need is we want to edit these items. For that, what I'm going to do, I'll go back to my insert, and now I'm going to add an item called, I'm going to add form called edit form, if this works. So I just added edit form. Now again, I'm going to choose my data source, and then it will automatically add all the items available, fields available, but I don't need attachments, neither title. So let's remove that and change it to one column, and there you go. Probably I don't need poster as well for now. And so this is what I have here. And if I go back to play mode, I can click on this one, but I don't see anything happening. This is what it is important, is because we haven't created any relationship between these two items. So what I'm going to do here is I actually go to advanced and go to items, look up, embass LT, movie name equals gallery 1 dot selected dot okay, let's see if that doesn't work. Oh, selected dot movie name. Oops. So few good things about PowerApps when it compares to Power BI is it has IntelliSense, and if there are any errors in your forms, it tells you, and I don't understand where my error is. Yeah, there you go. So now when I go to this option, now when I choose, you can see it's filtering. Like, you know, I can choose an item from the gallery, and then my edit pane is filtering based on that one. But now I can go and change the ratings. But again, I need to tell it to change that particular item. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add an action. So for that one, I'm going back to insert, click a button, put this one over here. I go to advanced, on select, I'm going to add update, did I do something? Okay, I'm going to go back here and show you what I did here. Oh, sorry, submit form, obviously. So this is the same example. What I'm doing here is the action, and go to advanced, and on select, we use the function called submit form, and now when I go to play mode, I can just go and put something 1500, and it updates the value. So when I click on the button, it goes and it creates one. So what we did is, on the fly, we created a simple app, which is pulling the data from the SharePoint, created a list, added an edit form, added a bit of action. So what it's doing is it's going and it's writing back to your data set. So this is a simple app that you can create by using the PowerApps. But what we also can do by using the PowerApps is you can make it a bit more sleek. For example, let's look at this one. So this is, again, based on the same data set. But what we have here is I have two buttons. This is a kind of a landing page I created. And when I click on the gallery, it takes me to a gallery window, and where I have various images, and the user can go and click on it, then click on the list, this little edit option, change the rating to 10, click on update, and once you update, so you click on this one, and now the rating is updated to 10. So what we're doing here is, if we quickly go and see how, again, based on the same data set, and that app took like 5 minutes to create, but it's looking a lot nicer than the previous app we saw. So what's happening here is, whenever it loads, instead of just pulling the data from this one, what I did is, what you can also do in the PowerApps and Power BI everywhere is, you can actually add a background image. So to this one, what I did is I added a background image. So everything you see here is an image, and on the top I added two buttons. When you click on this, when you go to advanced, I'm navigating between different screens. And when I click on edit, I'm going to the edit screen. So if I go to edit screen, as you can see, we have the same gallery that we created before, an edit form. We have one more button too, because we have a launching screen, but exactly same thing. But by just adding a background image to that one, it's kind of made it a bit more sleeker and nicer. So what I'm trying to explain here is, by using really simple actions and simple navigations, you can create a working version of PowerApps quite quickly. So this is how to create a basic PowerApps. So obviously, next thing that we want to do is how we can actually integrate the PowerApps in Power BI. So let's look into that. For that, we need to go and open the Power BI desktop. Okay, not this. Let's open the Power BI. Okay. So when you want to integrate Power BI and PowerApps, what you do is, once you launch the Power BI, how many of you are familiar with Power BI? Wow, okay, pretty nice. So what you do is, there is a PowerApp visual available in Power BI custom visualizations. So you go here, you go from import from Marketplace, and when you go to Marketplace, if you search for PowerApps, you will get a custom visual called PowerApps. You will add it to your desktop, and then you see it here. So what happens when you're creating the PowerApp visual is, so I'm using the same SharePoint that we were working with. So I added a table here, and then what I did is I added a PowerApp visual here. Whenever you're working with Power BI and PowerApps, and probably I can look at check and complain about it, is like you can just place an app in the Power BI desktop, but all the rest of the interaction, you need to do it in the Power BI service. So what we did is we added the PowerApp here, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add data. And whenever I'm adding the data, it comes with this warning saying creating and editing apps is not supported in Power BI Desktop. You need to do in the Power BI service. So what you do is you add data here, and then you can do this one. So let's go choose apps. Oh, I'm on a different now. But I can go here and choose app. So let me actually go to Power BI service, and I can show you from there. So once I added my Power App, I can put it into I can publish it to the Power BI service, and then I can click on the Power BI integration. So now if I go to edit mode, the same app, what I did is I go there, I choose the Power App that I already created, and now I have that Power App in the Power BI Designer. I can just click on, because the data is already related, so that's why when I click on, because the Power BI interaction works amazingly well because the data is already integrated. So there are few things that we need to remember when you're working with this one. So let me actually show you some things. So let me create another one. And add a Power App. Let's add some data to this. And there are two options available. Again, choose app and create new. When I click on the create new, it opens the PowerApps Studio like we saw when we were working with the SharePoint. So when it opens up, you again see that when we did with the SharePoint, we saw the SharePoint integration pane on the left. Now you see the Power BI integration pane on the left. And the other things that you see that we need to notice when you're working with PowerApps, whenever you create an app from another solutions, like from SharePoint or from Power BI Desktop, always your app is created in the mobile layout. If you want your app to be nicely laid out for web or anything, that won't happen when if you are using it by using the create an app mode. And so that's the create an app by using the Power BI. The other way that we can do is to use the existing app. Let's remove this, put one. Let's add again, we can choose app, and this way we can choose, when you're creating the choose app, you can create an app which is already created, and that way you can put, like, if you have created an app for the web layout or like a tablet layout, this way you can add them to this one. So and the Power BI integration and the PowerApps integration works pretty well when you're doing this this way, because when you're updating and things. But let's actually look at, can we actually update? So for example, for this one, I went to Wise and I changed the IMDb rating to 10. Oops. And click update. Well, let's assume it actually updated. Actually, let's go to reading view. Don't save. And click on Wise again. Oh. Yeah, let's change this to 10. Update. So here, it's updated to 10. But when you actually look in your Power BI report, it's still showing your previous data. So what's happening here, the data source we are using here is the SharePoint list, and the update works only in the PowerApps. It doesn't actually update your Power BI report unless you go and refresh your data set for the Power BI, then only you will see the latest data. Well, in a way, it's a drawback. Why? Because you're updating your app, but you don't see, your users who don't actually see the live data in there. But now Microsoft did add Power BI.refresh option. For example, if you use the Power BI with the direct query, so what I'm doing here is I created an app by using the SQL Server direct query option, and my data is coming from the SQL Server. Now, if I choose a different something and add comments, and at the moment, as you can see, this is a border and you cannot see any comment, but now if I put it, it says Prathi comments. So this one, the difference between this one and the previous one is it's just basically what kind of data source you're using. Here I'm using the SQL Server with the direct query, that's why the data gets refreshed. And also there is one thing that we need to understand here is, okay, let me actually show you the app to understand what's going on. So I'll go to that app and choose the direct query one. And when I click on this button, what I have here is I have Power BI integration.refresh option. This option is what enabling is when I click on that action, it also refreshes the Power BI data set as well. But again, this is something very important to remember is this option is available only if you are creating a new app. If you are using an existing app, and if you want to do this action, it is not available. Only if you're using when you're using the direct query and you create an app from the Power BI, a new app, then only this Power BI refresh app option works. So I think it's nice because that proves us we can do things. But one way it's not nice is because you cannot create an app for every single time you wanted to do something. Maybe Czech has some amazing news on this that he could probably show us a bit later.
So you should actually get the PBI integration object and be able to add that. You still have to go to modify the app to actually execute that. And then the other thing I want to remind people that Prathi said that's really, really important is that this is actually a report based on direct query. That's really, really fundamental that most reports I've seen in the event so far have been import. So that actually won't work for you guys. It needs to be direct query. So again, the PBI integration object, you should see that, but you have to go about and modify your app like what Prathi's done. You have to add that refresh, and that only works for direct query. So, but otherwise, this is pretty cool that we've added this. And the team actually is going to do a lot of innovations. I think Matt Lee is actually doing sessions here on how they're going to go out, and I know Will Thompson is doing how they're actually investing a lot in direct query type of reports.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, if you are using something to actually write data back to Power BI, to your data sources, and direct query kind of makes sense. If you're doing a lot of analysis on the data, then probably you won't use direct query. But I have projects where I actually use direct query sometimes. And so far we've seen various ways, how you can integrate Power BI and PowerApps, by using the Power BI custom visualizations and all those things. But how I do when I go to client sites, and we do so many projects where client wants to enter comments, client wants to add some feedback to your reports and things like that. And we don't actually, I personally not always put PowerApps into my Power BI for various reasons. One reason is because it's only available in the service, and the other reason is it's not always I cannot put entire app into the screen, and it doesn't always work great. So what I usually do when we working with the projects is, so I have this Power BI report. So this is again based on the OSCOS data. And what we do here is I click drill through and movie detail, and we basically add a little URL to my report. So let's quickly go back to our Power BI, PowerApps, and understand what we have here. So for example, if you're looking at this app or the URL app, and if I go to settings, actually details, every single Power App it has a web link. As you can see here, I have an app ID and web link. So what else you can do in Power Apps? Let's quickly look at this one. Is you can pass parameters in the URL. So what we usually do whenever the user want to capture data from Power BI to data source is on here, when I go here, what I'm doing is I'm using the parameters. So whenever I'm passing the value, if I quickly go back to Power BI, if we look at this URL, I created a measure called PowerApps URL, and what's happening in this URL is I am using whatever the title the user clicks on, that value gets into the Power BI URL. I'm creating it as a dynamic one, and when the user clicks on that one, it goes to the Power App because we are using the setting parameter, so that is a parameter movie name value, and this is the edit form. And if I go to advanced and look at the items, I am filtering that pane based on the parameter I received in my URL. So this way, what happens is whenever user goes and click on this, it takes them back to this one, and it automatically filters down, and that's where they can go and add comments and pull that data back into Power BI and do the feedback and everything. So this is the, like, you know, if I did 10 projects on PowerApps and Power BI integration, in 8 of the projects, this is how we did. But again, there are so many things happening in the PowerApps, and I'm pretty sure Microsoft is investing a lot of time and resources on the Power BI and PowerApps integration, and I think Chuck is going to show us some of those amazing things.
So big round of applause for Prathi, everybody.
Thank you.
And I need to hit 7. And if you guys have any questions for Prathi, how she does that, she actually is, her specialty is data visualization. If you have any questions on that, she runs the London user group. She's an MVP. So she's an amazing person to talk to. Am I actually presenting? It looks like I'm not presenting. Did I hit the wrong number?
I think you.
I'm 6, and I hit 8. There we go.
Yeah.
So she's actually available in the community lounge right after this. So she's going to be walking over there. And if you have any questions for her, feel free to follow along.
Yeah,
and that way, if you follow her, she can't be late because she'll be answering your questions in mass. Also, I have a workshop right after this session with Ted Pattison, and we're going to actually walk through and show you how to build that. So we're actually going to build it together. Hopefully, when you walk out of there, you'll actually have built your own application like Prathi. We're actually going to use, instead of SQL query, we're going to use real-time data sets. So that's actually immediately after this. Don't ask me the room number. I was going to ask one of you guys where my room number is. So, and I'm still not presenting.
Really? Oh, it was
6.
Strange.
It was doing it before.
Well, it's sad because my nice picture was there.
Yeah, you have a beautiful picture. But my demo is going to be much less interesting as well with no video. A lot of words like imagine if you could and things like that. So I've reconnected.
Shall we try 5?
I thought we were looking at 6.
Yeah.
That's presentation. And then 6. Let's try 6 one more time.
Okay, this is strange. Both are flashing. Okay, now let's go to 6.
Let's see if we can actually disconnect you, and we'll try 7. We know that 7 was working for you.
Wait, do you want to connect to this HDMI and see?
Yeah, we'll see if it's actually the switcher.
It did come up, but meanwhile, anyone has any questions?
Here, I'll see if I'll let
Did you learn something?
All right. So Prathi's available in the community lounge.
Pardon?
Like you could build an app of a model. So what model does it need? Like a tablet model, like a database model?
A database model. Okay, ModelDriven App. So that's a model you create in the PowerApps. So by using CDS, Common Data Service, and things like that, you can create a model, and you can create app based on that model. Sorry, it's not tabular model. It's just a model, which confusing names.
All right, so I got 9 minutes left, and why don't we actually just go right into my demo. I have a couple of slides, and you guys can look at those. So I just did a Power BI embedded course yesterday. That's what we taught. And most people that take those courses are not taking it because they want to create an application. What they want to do is actually put Power BI visualizations in front of people without having to drag those people through the Power BI UI, right? They don't want to see the navigation, they don't want to see the apps, they don't want to see the filters. They want to constrain that experience to just the data they want to see. Does that sound about right? So imagine the whole application that Prathi just showed, but instead of actually shoving the Power App inside of Power BI, I do the exact opposite, and I actually make everything available that you saw in my Power BI embedded precon available without writing code. So hopefully what you're seeing is a big Power App that's not nearly as pretty as yours. But what I can do is I can go to the Insert menu, and I can go ahead and go to Controls, and you'll see that there's a Power BI tile, and that's actually been there for quite a while, 8 or 9 months. And I can go out, and using the same APIs we were looking at yesterday, we can go out and take a look at, I don't know, let's find my MBAS1, there it is. And I can then go through and take a look at what dashboards. I only have that one dashboard, and I can go out and bring in a tile. So that's been there. This isn't new. Actually, that's not very attractive either. Let's go through and show you, maybe I didn't want just that one, or I want it interactive. I only want to look at, like Prathi was showing, only that movie that I was looking at. How can I do that? When this tile was initially available, it was static. You couldn't change that.
Yeah.
And Prathi didn't know that we had actually, back in February, updated it because we didn't announce it. Apparently, if we don't tell people, a lot of people don't know things. Go figure. And then when we did actually add it, the documentation was wrong anyway, so it's really hard to follow. But I'm going to show you the right way. So if I go ahead and look at this Power BI tile, I can go ahead and scroll down, and there's a brand new property that wasn't there before. Now, hopefully, this URL looks familiar, right? It kind of, I see my app workspace ID, I see my dataset ID, I get an ID, or my dashboard ID in this case, right? I can kind of see what's happening. And it turns out I can go ahead and use across different workspaces. So I can do things that you can't do in Power BI. I can actually reference tiles across all my workspaces without having to actually do a Power BI embedded app. And I can actually go out and set in parameters. So let's go ahead and not use a string, but let's use a variable like myvar. And I think actually it looks like I already have one. So let's take a look at what these buttons do. And I didn't think I was going to have a ton of time, so I actually kind of cheated a little bit. And you'll see what I'm doing is I'm setting this myvar to a different URL. So let's go ahead and run that, and we'll actually click on a couple of these buttons in the time that I've got remaining. So what we should see is that it brings up a map, which is very interesting for PowerApps people, if there's any PowerApps people, because there isn't a map control in PowerApps. All of a sudden, Power BI plus PowerApps equals apps with maps, and we didn't offer that before. And if I go out and take a look at just my North Carolina, I should see the exact same tile, but with a filter parameter. Adam Saxon and Patrick LeBlanc did a great article on how to actually use these parameters. I highly recommend they're a great webinar. And you can see that I'm highlighting, this is how you actually pass in that filter criteria. Is that pretty cool? Again, it's a great video. Also, there is an OData specification for passing in these parameters. It's actually using OData. And Power BI actually supports non-OData spec as well. And the documentation is for the non-OData. PowerApps requires you to be OData compliant. So make sure and look at the PowerApps documentation in addition to Patrick's video. So Patrick actually goes and does it the right way. The Power BI documentation does not. Hopefully that makes some sense. And I can go ahead and keep running it. I think I'm getting close to time. And I think this shows yet a different title from yet a different workspace. And this is the interesting one that I get feedback on is, you know, if I looked at the load time for bringing in a card, it took like 2 seconds. I don't know if you guys kind of saw that. Should I have to pay for you to load the entire Power BI rendering engine to bring back the number 10? That seems pretty arduous, right? Especially, how do I then use that 10 inside of my Power App in some sort of calculation, right? I'm often in trouble as far as the amount of expenses I'm carrying. Maybe they want to go out and run a Power App or anything I'm not in compliance, and they're going to go out and take a look at my Power BI data set to see if I've got too many expenses outstanding. So what we're adding next month, guys, so I'm announcing that right now. Actually, I believe Nikhil is going to be talking about it as well tomorrow, is the ability to execute a DAX command directly from PowerApps or Flow. So again, yeah, I don't think I told Prathi that we were telling this, but it's not available yet. It's going to be available next month, and you're going to be able to execute DAX commands. So if I go ahead and hit this button, you'll see rather than actually going out and referencing this, it's actually taking a little while because I'm doing a custom connect. Oh, I'm doing a flow in this case. So this is calling a flow, and then it's calling it. And I added instantiate the code. And this is actually the number of stores in that data set. If I go out and take a look at this button, you'll actually see that I'm actually running this DAX command. So I want you to imagine a world where I can go out and build PowerApps and go out and execute those DAX commands directly from my application. And I can now build apps that don't have any of the Power BI Chrome or the navigation, and I can control all that environment but not need to write embedded code. So you don't need to be a C# JavaScript developer to actually do this stuff. So that's actually pretty cool. And if you wanted to actually see that flow, or you want to see oh, that's your laptop. This is actually the syntax itself for executing it directly from PowerApps. It's actually kind of a mess right now, or actually, and the reason being is we're setting it up for you to report a data set that has columns and rows. So we need to actually pass in a record, and we pass back a record. And to show you the flow itself, I believe I've actually got that. And let's go ahead and take a look at this. And it's actually much more elegant than that call syntax, and that if you haven't actually looked at flow for pushing data to the data sets, it actually walks you through an experience where I can go through and specify the workspace and actually specify the data set. So that was kind of what I wanted to show. We were going to go through it in a little bit more depth, but I did want to save a couple minutes for questions, and I think we got about 4 minutes left. So let's see if I can open this up.
Well, I can see with this example where the kind of projects I work with, like, you know, when you're working with the funds and stuff like that, sometimes they actually want to see what happens with the data. So this, by executing DAX from PowerApps, kind of enables it. And then they can add the feedback and stuff.
Okay, so we got about 3 minutes for questions, guys. Any questions? Right here, I think was the first gentleman.
When you use your PowerApps and Power BI, users of the app, would they need to have a license for both Power BI and PowerApps?
Great question. So the question was, is if I go out and put a Power App inside of my Power BI report, do they need to have a PowerApps license? And the answer is not only yes, it's yes, and you need to make sure and set the permissions as well. So yes, and a lot of people I'm finding out in PowerApps is adding those people individually. Please don't do that. Use security groups. Power BI now supports security groups with its V2 workspaces, and that is the best practice. It was not best practice to add them individually before. So great question, and thank you very much for asking that.
I think having said that, if you have Power BI Premium, then you don't have to, users don't need permissions for the Power BI, like a license for the Power BI, but they still need for PowerApps.
And PowerApps does not have a capacity or a bulk, so I can't put it in a PowerApps capacity. So that is absolutely correct. I think you were next. How are we doing on time? We got 1 more minute?
2 minutes.
10 minutes?
2 minutes.
2 minutes, okay. We'll take one more after you.
When you let users enter data, right? Is there anywhere you can write the data that they're entering that gets updated?
The question is as you have people enter their data, can I go out and apply regex and do conversions? Yeah, PowerApps is, while we actually say it's a low-code, no-code solution or application, you have access to an entire set of development libraries as well. So yes, I can go out and recast them, constrain them, reparse them, and you'll actually see from the AI Builder announcement, I can even go out and do crazy things like sentiment analysis, or pull in images is actually then put in the tag words. So yes, yes, and exclamation yes.
Yeah.
Way back here in the gray shirt.
Instead of editing one field at a time in the Power App, is there a way to edit the table view so you can kind of go through a grid and just change a whole bunch of stuff at once?
The question, I believe, is instead of changing an individual row from PowerApps, can I go out and do a multi-select in PowerApps and then push back that entire data set change?
Like a grid view edit, kind of like a table visualization where you can just change fields instead of only displaying an individual field at a time.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of makes sense, and this is something that you need to remember when you're designing the PowerApps. Is like it needs a unique column, it needs a unique row. So if you want to edit multiple items, there is actually no way. At the moment, PowerApps understands you want to change the entire data sets. The connection works one-to-one. Like, you know, if there is one row, that is the only row you want to update.
So Prathy's answering using the PBI integration object, but she was showing the submit form. So if I wanted to change the entire table, you would use patch. And with patch, you could actually go ahead and change the entire table, as long as it's not that unique column. And I could get the whole thing and say, let's say I wanted to make all of the US countries USA. I could actually do that with one patch command. So the answer is, make sure and think about it. There's architecture decisions involved, but yes, in some cases. Okay, guys, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Make sure you remember Prathy's doing a community session, and I'm doing a lab.